Hi, you are watching The Savera. This is Amarpal Singh. Today, Nirmala Sitharaman, Finance Minister, she presented full union budget. And to know about this budget, we are having with us a senior economist, KB Singh. He's working as executive director at Guru Ram Das Center of Economic Growth. Welcome, sir, to The Savera. Sir, today Finance Minister has presented full union budget. How you see this budget and what grade you will give that it is good, bad, or average?
Basically, this budget is the seventh consecutive budget of Finance Minister Mrs. Sitharaman. And in this budget, the budget has come with certain deviations from the previous budgets announced by the NDA government. And this previous budgets were basically capitalist budgets. And this looks to be a slightly, not to the full extent, slightly more pro-poor budget. And the focus of the budget, he announced four focuses of the budget, that are poor, women, youth, and farmers. And diversion is that previous budgets used to be pro-capitalist budgets, and market, that is stock market, reacted positively on those budgets. But today we see that market is subdued because of some measures for the poor.
So, what kind of, like you said, that it is pro poor budget? The Nirmala Sitharaman, she has talked about farmers, women, employment. So, what kind of announcements have been made for them?
Basically, for the farmers, there is not much of the announcement made in this budget. The budget allocation under agriculture and allied agriculture activities is just rupees 1.52 lakh crore, which is far less. And there is no announcement on the plan of diversification of agriculture, which we see that it's a prime need of the farmers of Punjab and Haryana. And there's we noticed nothing announced in this aspect. Although, as the state government has already announced 17.50 thousand, 17,500 per hectare incentive for diversification from paddy. It would have been better that the similar incentive should have been given by the central government also, because this differential is less. Only 17,500 is less than the differential between MSP and the average price, market price of other crops. And as regard the pro-poor budget, I have been saying some poor have been addressed in this budget are that government has announced to propose to announce 5 new employment schemes envisaging an expenditure of rupees 2 lakh crores. And one of the salient feature of the employment scheme has been announced that in the organized sector, whenever a new employment is given, 1 month salary would be given by the central government. This is an incentive for new employment, and this will boost employment in our country. And furthermore, there is a announcement of additional 3 crore houses under PM Awas Yojana, which will definitely boost the living standard of the poor families of our country.
So, like Nirmala Sitharaman, she announced that physical deficit is 4.9% of GDP. How you see this and how it will affect the economy?
This is one of the good sign of the present budget, that anything deficit below 5% of GDP is considered to be a good sign. This will help in reining the inflation in the economy, and this deficit will also give more leverage to the economy, to the finance minister for implementing the welfare schemes.
Like when finance minister she was presenting the budget, there was a huge fall in the share market. What is the reason behind this fall?
Basically, the share market is a market where we see that anything negative is seen immediately. There are two announcements. Capital gain announcement has been made. That is, short-term capital gain the tax earlier was 15%, now it has been raised to 20%. And the long-term capital gain, the taxes was earlier it was 10%, it has been raised to 12.5%. Although for the exempted limit of 1 lakh under the long-term capital gain has been raised to 1.25 lakh, but market has reacted negatively on these two things. And further, there is no change in the corporate tax, which the market was expecting something. And I would say that the market may take some time to regain the things, and it's a good budget because it will rein the inflation. Employment generation would be more, and the demand would pick up.
Like government has also abolished angel tax. What is this angel tax and how it is going to impact?
Angel tax is basically a tax on new capital raised in the stock market, and when the share price, that issue price, is more than the intrinsic value of the share of the company, rather, I would say. This has been abolished, and this will boost up startups.
What you want to say about is there any relief for the general public in the income tax regime?
Yes, there is a relief to the general public in the income tax regime, new regime. She has just touched the new regime. New regime, the standard deduction has been raised from 50,000 to 75,000, and the tax structure, that is tax, has been slightly rejigged. Earlier, for 3 lakh rupees, there was nil income tax. Now again, it is has gained at 3 lakh rupees, nil income tax. 3 to 7, it is 5%. 7 to 10, it is 10%. 10 to 12, it's 15%, and 12 to 15, it is 20%. And these slabs have been slightly reduced, and according to her, there will be a benefit of 17,000 to the tax beneficiaries.
Uh, but budget didn't address any like there was issues of privatization of banks, and there was demand of GST on petrol, diesel. So, but we didn't hear any announcements regarding the same.
Yes, I agree with you that there is no announcement on the privatization of banks. Rather, there is no announcement of privatization of public sector undertakings. Their earlier stand would be there, but in this financial year, there is no budgetary provision for privatization of public sector undertakings. This is another reason for the capital market, that is the stock market, to come down, because the investors were expecting some announcement on this score also. As regard GST on petrol and diesel, this issue is basically issue of GST Council, where the state governments are part and parcel of GST Council, and any rejigging, any tweaking of tax structure on petrol and diesel, they have to consult the state governments also. That's why I think they have not touched this issue in the union budget.
So, out of 10, how much marks you are going to give to this budget?
Out of 10, I would give you 7 to 7.5.
So, it's an average or good budget according to you?
It is a good budget, not an excellent budget, but good budget. Path earlier adopted by the government has been shifted from capitalism to welfareism. Let us see how it moves forward. It is the first budget of, I would say, aligned government with the less majority in the Lok Sabha, although they have already less members in the Rajya Sabha also, and they have no option than to go for the welfareism also, and that is also the need of the hour because of income inequalities in India.
Thank you so much, sir. So he was a senior economist, KV Singh. According to him, it is a good budget and it is a pro-poor budget this time, because there are certain announcements made for the poor sector as well as to generate employment. So further, he said that the 4.9% physical deficit on GDP, it is also a good signal. Besides, there was we are seeing a fall in the share market. This fall is due to some announcements, like the tax on a long-term capital gain. It has been hiked from 10% to 12.5%, and some other announcements. Further, there is slighter change in the income tax regime for the general public. The slab has been increased from, like earlier it was 3 to 6 lakhs, that there 5% was charged for the 3 to 6 lakh slab, and now it has increased from 3 to 7 lakh. And similarly, there was 6 to 10 lakh slab. It was 10% income tax. Now it has increased to 7 to 10 lakhs. So there is slighter change in income tax regime, and on an average, KB Singh has given 7 to 7.5 marks to this union budget. You are watching The Savera. Amarpal Singh with cameraman Manoj Sidhu.